Okay.
Hi, this is Yvonne Roberts, and I was going to show you how to get rid of scurs on a buck. Now, we had a lot of problems with scurs on bucks we bought, bucks we just butted. It's a common problem. A lot of people don't quite get them good enough, and they get a little bit of blood supply still in there, and that's what makes the scur. And we have one that has a scur. We did it the way that we're going to show you on both of them, and on one he didn't get it off. It stayed on for a week and came off, and it looks great still. But the other one, he rubbed the band off, and so the scur is still there. So we're gonna redo it today, and I thought I'd go ahead and videotape it so that you guys can see how to do it instead of me just explaining it on the phone like I usually do. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how another way to do it, so that if you don't have a big enough scur or you don't have the right equipment, there's other options. So this is the hoof trimmers that we like best, and we get them from Capri and Supply, but they have them other places. And if they're a little tiny scur and they're wiggly, what I tend to do when they're babies and they start growing is when I trim their hooves with the hoof trimmer, if they have a little one, I will snip it off. You do not have to snip it close to the head. You can snip it up a little bit, but every time you snip it, it may come back smaller each time and eventually quit growing. So if it's a small enough scur, that simple thing will work. And you can also do that on does. Sometimes does get scurs too. So your second option for a smaller one that's not too big is to use one of these like you use to band the bucks with the little green bands, and you can buy them at most feed stores or Capri and Supply. So you can put 3 or 4 of them, even we've put as much as 6 on it, and the point of using this is you're cutting the blood supply off. Again, you don't have to put it up right close to the head, but with these, if there isn't a crack or split in the scur, you may want to make a groove in the scur. Again, you don't have to hit blood, just something so the band will sit down in the groove and not roll off, because they tend to roll off. So that's, again, a smaller scur. This is what you can use. What we're going to use today is called a tri-bander, and underneath this video I'm going to have the address to a link to order one of these in case you want to get one. This works a little different, but it's the same concept as the small one. The bands are flat, so they tend to not roll, and you put them in there just like you do the other one, and then you squeeze it down and it opens it, and you put it on there and you take it off and it's on the scur. And again, you can put more than one, but a lot of times 1 or 2 is plenty, and then it just cuts the blood supply off and the scur will fall off. And we also have a little trick to keep it on a little bit when they rub it off a lot, and we'll show you that during the video. So now let's concentrate on Legend.
Here you go, Legend.
And this is my husband Rodney. He's going to be doing the work today. I'm just going to take the picture. And he's got a pair of clippers. We're going to clip the hair so it's a little easier to see what we're doing in there with the hair gone. Work more on that one.
No.
And we're not going to do anything on the other side.
We're not.
Now you can kind of see the scur that we were talking about. It's not terrible, but that's why we want to get it before it gets to be a big ugly one. And he does have a second scur that's coming up right next to it, and we're not going to do anything with that today. We're going to concentrate on the bigger one. And clipping the hair also makes it to where it doesn't pull the hair when you have the band on it as much, and that way they maybe won't rub it quite so bad. Good boy, Legend. And this is our buck legendary caramel sundae. And he's being a really good boy. We'll hope that he behaves the whole time. Don't worry about that. Okay.
This is it.
Yep. Don't break it off. Now you can break these scurs off sometimes when they're wiggling. You can break them off, but they tend to grow back. And with the tri-bander, this one was done. The one that was really long on this side, as long as this or longer, was done about 2 months ago. And there's a real small one coming back there. So eventually we'll probably have to do it again. But it gets it off a little bit better and comes back a lot smaller if it comes back with the tri-bander, so you can get rid of them permanently a lot easier. So show them how that's. You just have to push the band on, and sometimes they're not quite even, so you want to make sure that they're pretty even, so hopefully it won't go flying off when you do the squeeze on it. Okay, so now it's open. He's going to put it around the band as far down as he comfortably can get. And then there it is. The band is now on the scur. Do you want to put a second one on?
I think we'll pull the other one off if they're not annoying.
Okay. All right. So now we're gonna. What our little secret is that we have found that if you put a little super glue on it, they're less likely to roll it off as quickly or at all. So we're gonna squeeze some super glue around it.
Oh, let him go.
Okay. That's because it's down on the thread. All right, and so there you have it. The band is on. It's got super glue on it. It's going to hold it in place, and the hope is it's going to squeeze that down enough that it's not going to come back very big, and we can hopefully either get it off easier or put the tri-band on again when it gets big enough. Thank you for watching, and if you don't want to miss any of our videos, you should hit subscribe. And if you like this video, please hit the like button on the bottom. It lets YouTube know it's a good video. And thank you for watching.